Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So, how's everyone doing? Today is going to be a little bit of a controversial video because we're continuing from yesterday about investing in Egypt and we're talking about females. Now, last time I said if you're a female, try as much as you can not to come here. Okay, why? So, why am I saying that if you're a female, if you're a woman, if you are a girl, and you have a stable job outside of Egypt, you have a business outside of Egypt, and you decided for one reason or another to come back, that you should refrain from thinking that and not come back. And if you are here and you have a chance to travel outside, go for it. Travel outside, don't look back. Now, let's put into consideration that this is 2022. I do not have any information about what's going to happen in the future. I do not have clairvoyance. I can see in the future. But the reason I'm saying that, and the reason I am saying that if you have a chance to travel, go ahead, travel, and don't look back, is due to the current movement that's happening in Egypt. Now, there is a movement in Egypt that has been going on for about a few years ago now, and it has ramped up the last couple of years, especially about last year. And that movement is basically a movement that says to women, your job is in the kitchen. Your job is to have children and to sit down at home, and you have to leave it to the guy. And they will use Abrahamic religion, they will use traditions, they will use values. By they, I mean the system and the societal system that we currently have. There is a very hard push for more like homework and homework for women. There is a lack of empowerment for them, and even though on the national level there is empowerment for women, on the local level and societal level there is none. And if there is very little. So that is why I said not to invest in Egypt if you are a woman, not to come back to Egypt if you're a woman, and definitely if you have a chance, if you're inside in Egypt and you have a chance to travel, run, don't look back. Unfortunately, I have done that mistake. I came back. I just graduated from my master's. I was like, you know what? Egypt deserves the knowledge that I have. Egypt deserves to have whatever I have knowledge to go there. And I was like, you know what? And it's okay. I had the option to do my PhD, and I idiotically went, no, my country, Egypt is my country, it's my home, and it is the right thing to do is to go back. 7 years ago. Well, 6 years ago. Next year will be 7 years. Regret it. I absolutely regret it. I regret that I came back. I regret that I chose to come back. And the other reason why I came back was I wanted to raise my daughter into a more traditional society. And as a child, you don't see that a lot in Egypt. You don't see the underlying society norms and values that are being put on females, on women. And the reason I keep continuing saying women is because there is, okay, now the men is toxic masculinity. There is a high toxic masculinity for men. You are told as a guy that you are weak if you try and have if you have your spouse or your partner tries to actually do something. If your wife is paying for the expenses in the house, then you are weak. You're not a man. And if you are listening to her and take her advice because mayhaps she has knowledge in certain things, mayhaps she has even experience in other things, due to traveling or due to any other thing, then you are extremely weak and you should not do that. Because again, you are the man of the house, you are the breadwinner of the house, you have to get it and you have to get it done. And they will use, and society will use like again, they will use Abraham, they will use religion for this, and it's very sad. It is infuriating, but it's sad. So I'm a girl, I wanna invest in Egypt. What should I invest in? Schools. Your only option. Your only option is schools and nursery. That's your only option. Or anything to do with more women things. Like there's a movement from like women entrepreneurs, and it's really nice, it's really cute, I like it, but at the same time it is not sustainable for all women. You're gonna tell me, well, I can work as a teacher. Great, work as a teacher. You're not gonna hear the end of it. You're not gonna hear the end of, well, your children are more like, you have to have children. You're losing time, and if you don't get married now, you're missing the train. Some women don't want to get married. Some women should not get married. Some women are much better on their own. Same thing with men. Some men should be on their own. Some men should not marry. There should be like a ban on them to like, nope, you're not marrying. Because they cannot handle the communications, they cannot handle this relationship, they cannot handle this responsibility. It is a responsibility for both people. But then again, so why are you telling me for like guys they can come and invest here, but you're telling for ladies to like literally hitch and like leave? And the reason why I say men can like invest here is because most of the investment cases are very male dominated, and you as a guy are going to find it very easy to do the paperwork, to get things done. Everything, it's going to be very easy for you as a guy. As a girl, it is going to be a lot of hoops. You're going to have to deal with a lot of hoops. And I don't want you to go through that. I don't want you to go through the hoops. I don't want you to go through the infuriating system that basically has it, that judges you on how you look, just judges you on your family, and judges you on just how quote unquote rich you are. And depending on how rich you are depends on basically the fees and how much they know that you're not from the country. And it's sad. Again, it's sad. I'm looking forward to the digital transformation when they actually do have the digital transformation, because it is going to cut out so many middlemen. And this is one of the few times where I'm actually happy that the middleman is getting cut. There are cases where I'm not happy that the middleman is getting cut, but this is one of the few cases where I'm like, yes, cut the middleman, because the middleman makes things so much more complicated, and they know their ways in and out. And for the fee that you're going to pay for these ins and outs, it is not worth it. Because in the end, all you're going to have in the end is a hassle, a headache, and a migraine. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you're going to get harassed a lot. So yeah, we're looking forward to the digital transformation. Hopefully when that does happen and we do have a digital government, perhaps I might return back to this one and say, yeah, come and invest. But till now, no. If you're a girl, don't do it. For your own safety. And by safety, I don't mean like you're going to be in danger, because believe it or not, even the worst that happens in here, it's very rare. Like, to be in serious bodily danger is rare. Most you will get is catcalled and just the whistling. And like, if they're very out there, it will be getting your phone number and harassing you at midnight. And that's kind of like the worst you can get. The other things that come on the news are rare. And by rare, I mean 1 to 2%. even less than that 0.1% of like things that happen in here happen like that, happen that bad. And that's why it gets a lot of news. But in reality, no, it's very safe. You wouldn't have to worry about it. And like I said, most of even applications and things like that, most of them have a safety feature that helps you with, if you feel unsafe, they help you with this one. And if you're coming from outside, there are certain countries, if you come from them, just by being from that country is an instant like say safety card, because everyone knows not to mess with these people, not to mess with that country. So that is another thing you could actually check with that. And I'm trying my best to have it to where, because my phone yesterday was in solidarity with me and just decided to heat up. So I'm trying to not to do that this time. But this is basically it. Anyways, the dentist show is working, so I have to get by. This is everything for today. I'll tell you maybe in like part 4, part 3, or part 4. Okay, bye bye.